Good morning, Pastor.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
I'm excited for the story today. So.
Okay. It's one of our favorites.
Okay.
So let's go back to the 311 tour, 1993 for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in Birmingham, Alabama. We pull into the city and we head towards the show.
Okay.
Now, we miss the street that we are supposed to have turned on, and we have to pull into a parking lot of a bank to turn around and head back. For this tour, we were renting an RV and pulling a trailer, and this was really cool for us because now we had a vehicle that had, like a fridge in it and TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem was the refrigerator didn't latch properly.
Oh, okay.
So whenever you were in the mountains or turning a corner, it would open the door, and whatever was in the fridge would just come shooting out of it.
Oh no!
So our manager went to Costco before we started this tour and bought a bunch of things in bulk.
Uh-huh.
So every time we would turn a corner, the fridge door would open up and cans of Coke would come shooting out of the fridge like grenades.
Oh no!
And some of them would hit the other side of the RV so hard they would blow up. Okay, so
Okay.
but it was like we were, traveling in a vehicle that hated us and wanted to kill us and was going to do that through the refrigerator and its contents. So, okay, so we pull into the driveway of this bank parking lot to turn around and head back the right direction to go to the show in Birmingham, and we hear this awful crunching sound. And the RV just stops moving, can't move it any further. So the driver puts it in reverse, nothing, can't move it. Try and pull forward, nothing, just more and more crunching sounds every time we try and move it. So we get out and look, see what the problem is, and we see that the trailer hitch between the RV and the trailer is, this is no joke, is getting buried into the cement, and now it's like 6 inches deep into the cement. Now, we
like in
have,
the ground?
Yes, it's just
Okay.
burying itself into the ground. We took pictures of it as proof because we know nobody will believe this.
Yeah.
All right? So we have the photos,
Okay.
all right, and the witnesses. So we're from the Northwest, so we figure, okay, this is just like getting out of a snowbank, right, or something. You rock the RV back and forth, and pretty soon we'll get a little bit of traction, and it'll get free, and we'll just drive off.
Okay.
No, we get out, and we're pushing it back and forth, and it just keeps driving this hitch down into the cement, further and further down.
How did it even get in the cement?
Because, we pull into the parking lot and you pull up and,
okay.
So it drove itself in. Good question. So someone else had the idea, again, being from the Northwest, and say, hey, this is how we get out of the snow in the Northwest. Let's find something to put underneath the tire, that has the power, and we'll give it some traction. And where in the middle of Birmingham, Alabama, somebody found a 3 foot by 4 feet piece of plywood.
Okay.
But they did. and they put it under the back tire.
Okay.
And told the driver to hit the gas, which they did. I had never seen anything in our atmosphere travel at 1,000 miles an hour until that day. It caught some traction with that tire and just shot it. And I mean, it was like this crazy weapon. It caught air and it landed across the street, okay, which was 4 lanes wide, okay, shot it across the street, and it was during rush hour. It just missed hitting cars. How nobody was decapitated is a miracle, okay? So we're trying to figure out our next move. And what do you do? The more mechanically minded guys in the band said, okay, let's turn the engine off and let's figure out a plan. And that's when I said what ended up being one of my most famous lines in the band, one we still joke about this to this day, when I said, hey guys, I don't know much about vehicles and engines and everything, but the way things are going right now, we probably shouldn't shut off the engine because it won't start again if we do, given our luck right now. Okay? Oh, shut up, only it wasn't shut up.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know anything about cars or engines, mechanics, just shut. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
So they shut it off. Okay? Cut to 10 minutes later when they figure out a plan and they try to start it up again, and guess what?
It doesn't start.
It won't start.
Oh!
So this huge vehicle is jammed into a bank's parking lot, and now the engine won't start. And we're late for sound check by this point. So we got to get over to the show. We call a tow truck, and they were able to get the RV unstuck from the cement and tow it away and take it to a garage to have it fixed. So we load up our gear and we call a fleet of taxis to come take the 10 of us over to a show. Now, I wasn't in this taxi, but when I got to the show, a few of the guys who were in this particular cab were talking about the fact that this cab driver comes and gets them. They get into the cab and he's drinking a beer.
Oh.
And he's got a cooler of beer in his front seat, and he announces to them, "Man, this is such a bummer. I was just with a girl," and he went into explicit details about what he and this girl were doing, okay?
But he had to stop.
He had to stop, and then I got this call, and I had to come pick you guys up. Hey, any of you want a beer? So we get to the show, all of us get there, and we play the show, and we go to the hotel. So the next day, the RV is fixed, and we're ready to go, and the next show is in Jackson, Mississippi. So, all right, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to Jackson, we get to the gig, and the promoter tells us, "Oh, no, you guys aren't playing this night. You're not playing. 311's playing, and some local band was playing, but not us, even though we're on the contract and stuff." So, but to call back to another one of these, we did have a great game of football in the parking lot between 311 and Black Abbey.
Oh.
Much more innocent this time.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was great though. We had a good time. But so I remember our driver he pulls the RV into the into the parking lot of this venue, and as he was inching it back and forth to get into the spot, he wasn't just kind of hitting our trailer with the back of the RV. He was banging into it so hard as he was trying to inch his way into a spot that he was denting the trailer and denting the RV. And at the end of this night, our trailer was just wrecked.
Oh my gosh.
So we wake up the next day, we head out to the next show. Well, on our way out of the hotel parking lot, we pull by the front office and hear this terrible crunching sound. What had happened was the driver had pulled too close to the hotel building and had caught the sign on the RV, tore a huge hole in the side of the RV, and broke their hotel sign. When we took the RV back to the rental place, we had to pay them an extra $3,500 because of all the damage.
All the damage?
Yeah, all the soda that had exploded and everything.
And then the side of it, ouch.
Yeah. Lesson. Okay, all of this happened within a 24-hour period.
That's a crazy couple days.
Here's the lesson. All of this stuff was going on in our lives, which is just bizarre, and it's just a lot to handle. Nobody else outside of our group knew it. And this is something I think about when I am dealing with others. Mm-hmm. I don't know what has been going on with them and what they're experiencing in life or what traumatic thing has happened to them. They may have had the craziest things happening to them and are just trying to do their best in life. Mm. So it's a good thing to keep in mind to give them the benefit of the doubt. There might be a reason that they are a little tense or a little glassy-eyed or a little bit distracted because you don't know what's happening in people's lives. They may have had all the craziest stuff in the world happen to them in the last 24 hours and are just trying to get through it. And that's the way our God says to handle people in Scripture. Just, hey, put others first and give them the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. So that 24-hour period was a great reminder of why we should do that, because you just don't know what's happened in somebody's life.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great story, great
Thank you.
message.
So this is the last one we're doing of these for a while because of the
Yes.
reopening. So I've had fun. I hope we get to do these again.
I hope so.
I like these.
I definitely think that it's a lot of people like them and I like them. So
Good.
I will see you next time.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Thanks.